What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great start of the weekend right now. And welcome back to this new video on Bitcoin, and therefore also a little bit the markets. I mean, I have to say it's starting to look like altcoins are uncorrelating a bit from Bitcoin, which often is the case, especially in the weekend, because very often you see some manipulated moves, market makers pushing the prices up so they can sell higher, etc., etc. So that's pretty good for trading, but overall, obviously the price action for Bitcoin still matters a lot for altcoins as well. But that's what we're going to be talking about. Yesterday we perfectly hit at the highs. We hit the naked POC right here at 95,700. Beautiful touch, and that was also our main target. If you watch my video in the afternoon, what I said is that it's especially after we broke out above 94,000. Excuse me. What we saw yesterday evening, and those are the three main things we always look at, or at least the last week we have very much looked at, is volume. We had volume. Is the US equity markets. Equities were quite strong, also closed quite bullish. And then the Coinbase Bitcoin price, which was also still at a massive premium. So it was most likely we would rally up higher, hit our targets. And from there pulled back, but ultimately, I mean, this is the 1 hour time frame, right? So we're very zoomed in, but this is still looking good, all right? I mean, we had some bearish price action over the course of this morning, but what does that really mean when the volume is this low? Which obviously, I mean, on a Saturday the volume is very low, so this price action doesn't really mean that much to me. What means more to me is that we've been able to break out of 94,000, which was the previously established value area high, and we've been able to hold that breakout, right? And I would even go as far as saying, look, the main thing technically that we need to do is hold that level between 93,700 and 94,000, all right? And I would even say, I mean, if today we drop down below that, that doesn't really mean that much either. I mean, obviously the opening of next week is going to be volatile, and any moves that we make over the course of the weekend with low volume can easily be reversed, right? So what we're looking for, if we want to see a reversal, because ultimately, I mean, if you zoom all the way out, yes, we are still at a massive resistance level, and yes, I do think we'll drop down from the point of control right here around 96,000, but we hit the bottom of it. The top is situated around 96,600. But we want to get there, obviously. But like I said, we can reverse as well. And the only way in which we would reverse, all right, so that we potentially can drop down into 91,000 and 90,000. Conservatively speaking, that's the first support level. What would need to happen for that is a break below 93,700. With volume, right? So that's not going to, well, maybe if we have some massive news over the course of this weekend, that can happen. But overall, that's not expected in the weekend, all right? So, but then we can drop down. But like I said, I mean, we'll talk about it again tomorrow, because for today, I do not expect that. And if today we drop down below that, I think we're going to reclaim. I think we're going to be relatively stable. And I would say the most likely direction for Bitcoin to go in is still to the upside. And then, like I said, 95,700 is probably still going to function as some sort of an intraday resistance, although the highs we made right here do not look that weak. But then the next target would be 96,600, and then after that it would be around, it would be above 100,000. But again, that's something that's too early to talk about right now. Now tomorrow we'll also talk about the economic data next week. We have major economic data coming out. So you need to be aware of that. You need to be prepared for that, because that is 100% going to make the markets move, right? And that could also change direction, because with this economic data, we can also gauge a little bit better what sort of effect the tariffs will have. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. For now, I think that's what you need to know. So for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.